What is going on, everybody? It is your boy. Welcome into Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews, baby. The only place where I keep it shield free, and of course you know who I am. I'm Mr. Fat Boy, aka the realest man in Fragcom, aka the fun time man in Fragcom, aka the Eagles fan. Fly Eagles fly, baby. All right. There's a timestamp when the actual review starts. If you want to skip ahead, you can. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This means so much to me that you guys are here showing the love, because I appreciate it. And when you show the love, baby, the love always comes back. All right. If you are new to this channel and you just found it out, you're like, what the hell is this guy wearing pit vipers for? What's this guy doing? Who is this guy? Well, stick around. If you like what you see and you hear and you've heard, then gladly hit the like and subscribe. If you don't, I totally understand. It's a free country, baby. All right. If you want to sample this brand new release from Prada, you can at fatboyfragrance.com. Fatboyfragrance.com, where the customer is always right, baby. All right. I got a review. More kind of a review. You know how I like to do my reviews now. I like to keep it nice and sweet. Nice and, what's what I'm looking for? I want to keep my reviews now, a little bit more real and less formulaic. So let's get all up in this review on a brand new release from Prada that I wasn't sure I was going to like. And I might end up really, really liking. But let's find out right after the break, baby. You know how we do it. No edits, no do-overs. I do one take every time. And one take, and I always get it right. Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews starts now. Baby, we are back, and today we're going to be talking about a brand new release from Prada, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. And I want to say it's Paradigme, maybe. You know, I think it's Paradigme. Prada's Paradigme. Or Paradigme, I don't know. There you go. There it is. It's a green bottle. I bought the smallest one available from Sabina's website. I think this one cost me about 95, $100. I can't remember how much it was. These are pretty small, but didn't know if I was going to like it, so I don't know if I wanted to invest a lot of money into it. But they're supposed to twist loose, and it does. Just like a lot of these new bottles do. You can twist this cap off and decant very easy. I'll give you a good look at the bottle here in a second. The box, I really don't know where it went to, so we're not going to worry too much about the box. Alright, so let's first get it back on there. Make sure it's nice and clean so you guys don't get this smudged up picture, and there you go. There is Prada's Paradigme, okay? And look at the color coordination, baby. Just for you guys, I color coordinate every time. I try to. Okay, so I wore this fragrance 3 days, almost 4 days. Wore it around the house today too, just to get a nice little refresher course on it. There are plenty of samples. This at fatboyfragrance.com if you want to try it. So this one, you know, didn't know what to expect. Of the three I got, this was the one I was the least excited about. But of the three that I bought, new designers, along with this one, I think it was Hugo Boss and one from Aramis. I can gladly say that this one was the most complex. This one was the best, you know, richest smelling. You know, it's high quality. It just felt like it was all there, because this is an expensive fragrance for Prada, and Prada does make some great fragrances. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and put it in the skin, get it in the air, and I kind of tell you how my journey went with this fragrance when I wore it for those 3 days. Okay, all right. Skin, air. Man. Off the jump, it took me a little while to figure out what this reminded me of, and what it reminds me of is one of the Ralph's clubs that I have in my collection, or even a Paco Rabanne Phantom, a little bit here too. It's definitely got a nice sweet vibe to it in the opening. As far as the notes go on this one, you got bergamot in the opening, you got some musk, you got some geranium, which is like your floral notes in the middle, and the bottom you've got this benzoin, balsam, and gaiac wood. So you got this balsamic, woody, oud kind of vibe at the end of this fragrance. Well, this fragrance starts off as, and when I wore it, when I sprayed it the first time, I wasn't that impressed. But when I sprayed it on my skin, actually let it sit. Now, you do have to let this one sit for about, say, 10 minutes. It really finds its groove. It goes from being like, oh, just another designer fragrance. It kind of comes off a little really too designerish. And what I mean by designerish is it smells like a bunch of other designers. That's, to me, the kind of the fatal flaw of some designer fragrances. Well, this one does have that flaw in the opening, but it dissipates quickly because you end up with this really stunning, gorgeous, kind of like a powdery, kind of like a woody, oudy, kind of powdery, sweet vibe towards the middle and towards the end. What I can say this is reminiscent of is, say, more bitter, kind of like, more bitter, kind of more, it's hard to say the word, like balsamic fragrance from like Herba Pura, say, from Xerjoff. That's the vibe you kind of think you're going to get. Where I think this one falls in is it's just a really well done fragrance that surprisingly gets good attention. I wore this for 3 days and I had a lot of people just say, hey man, you smell good. Hey man, what are you wearing? I got those kind of comments with this one, and that's kind of a good sign, knowing that you got a fragrance that kind of can be noticed a little bit too. The biggest drawback I saw to this fragrance, to me, was the opening being really kind of plain. But when the middle hits and the dry down hits, this thing really gets better. I feel like it's very designerish in the beginning. It becomes more of a high-end designer towards the middle and the end, and it just becomes this beautiful, sweet oud fragrance that really just does its own little thing, and it works well for me. I enjoyed wearing it every day, and it was a safe work fragrance, no doubt. The chilly weather is when this fragrance needs to be worn. If you're looking for a new fragrance to add to your collection for this winter or this fall, this might be one you want to pick up, as far as like if you like the groove of the sweeter oud vibe kind of fragrance. And it's not like a really heavy oud, but it's just there. The balsamic note in there is really, really nice too. It gives almost a little an acidic vibe. Man, the citrus notes are the bergamot's kind of there, but not really doing anything fancy, just kind of keeping things together. I like this fragrance. I gotta say, it's a nice fragrance. I'll still kind of give you my kind of ratings so you can kind of know, but I really enjoyed just talking about it and how I wore it. There was one compliment that stuck out to me, and it was from a customer of mine, and they said, here you go again, smelling so amazing. What is that one? And I was like, man, I'm the cologne guy at work, so everybody knows me as that. They always know I'm going to smell good. KFC compliments, I don't remember if we got any of those or not. No, I don't think I haven't been to KFC in a couple of days now. It's been a while. But overall, people liked the way I smelled. The fragrance delivered, as far as being unique after the 10 minutes, it became its very unique kind of fragrance, and I really enjoy wearing it. Man, it's a really good fragrance. Now, is this like a home run? No. It's just a pleasant surprise and a pleasant wear that I would wear again, and definitely encourage you to too. All right, so let's kind of give it the ratings. We have those 4 boxes we talk about all the time. See if it gets my full seal approval, because that does still matter. All right. Performance. Solid. Really good. You're talking about a fragrance that you can only spray maybe 3 to 5 times and no more than that. Don't overspray this one. It might get a little messy if you do that. So I would say I think, if I remember correctly, the first day I only sprayed it once. Second day I sprayed it twice, but I was towards the end of the day. You can go with an all-day spray on this one and still project for about 3 to 4 hours easily. This leaves a nice scent bubble for 3 to 4 hours. You're going to smell it on yourself for a while. It just doesn't go away. I knew it was still there. It was just, I could smell it on me. I knew it was there. So this one, I would say, has an overall longevity of about 8 hours. Easily, no problem. So it gets a check for me for performance, no doubt. All right, the box for first impressions. Not the best opening, so not a great first impression. So this fragrance is a kind of fragrance you can kind of want to spray 20 minutes before you're going in. I think you'll appreciate it more like that. The opening is okay. It's just not that fun, or not that creative or fun. Is it going to be a bad smell? No, but it's going to stick around more. Now I remember what this fragrance reminds me of. This reminds me of a more kind of a balsamic version of Byredo's Pulp, but not as fruity. That's the kind of vibe I remember getting from this one. And that's a niche fragrance. This one gives me more of a niche vibe towards the middle and the dry down than it does as a designer vibe. All right. Third box. Does the wifey like it? It is the compliment getter. This bad boy right here is definitely a compliment getter. No doubt. Does the wifey like it? In the air on this one. She didn't hate it. She didn't love it. I think she just said it was okay. But good enough for me. Compliments matter. Can't wear it on a date, but I know I can wear it everywhere else and I'm going to get some compliments. Okay, so check that box. First impression box, I'm not going to give it a check. I'm going to leave that one empty because I didn't think it was very impressive in the first impression. Final box, how much do I recommend this to you? And is this blind bottle worthy at the price tag it's at now? I will guarantee you and say that it is definitely worth checking out. It gets my full seal approval on that. Is it blind bottle worthy? No, this one's kind of a funky fragrance to some people, and it's kind of expensive if you can't get it on discounters. So I would say sample this one first. It's not blind bottle worthy, but it definitely gets 100% approval from me. I think once you try it, you're gonna like it. But some people might not. You know, you can't please everybody, so I can't say this one is 100% blind bottle worthy. But 100% approval, no doubt. All right, that's all the time I have for Prada's Paradigme, however you say it. Paradigme, I don't know. All I know is it's fantastic and it's another great designer release this year. Have we been blessed with some great designers? I hope you get blessed today, and I hope the fragrance you're wearing today kicks ass. And you know, I always tell you, baby, if you smell good and you feel good, then it's gonna be all good. Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews is out.
Smell that, fat boy, ain't no shilling his set. Paid for the bottles, never ducked the debt. Authenticity, dripping every cent I get. Frauds need a